This is a welcome to our house. We have recently just purchased our dream home, and today we would like to show you around and also get your ideas on how we can renovate it. So this site is the first thing that sold the house to us. It's just magnificent. It looks a lot smaller from the outside, it's deceiving, but when we go inside there is so much space. We lived in an apartment beforehand, so for us, this house has already tripled our space. The house is from 1875. You can see here on the wood, this is the original wood they used in the 1800s to build the house. When we first found this property, it really wasn't very inviting. It was very, very packed, and the pictures didn't sell it as much, but we still came to see it and instantly fell in love. It has so much character. It was rebuilt in '85 and reconstructed. Luckily we have floor heating and things like that, so it's kind of to today's standard. So we will use the front door, which is actually situated on the side of the house. So here is the entrance place, but let's just go to the main room because it is so beautiful. I think it deserves to be seen straight away. So this is what really sold the house to us. It is the most beautiful space. I can't describe it enough. It's got so much character. The wood, the beams, everything about this room is so beautiful. The amount of light that comes in. The morning light rises here, so you get a beautiful sunrise coming through this window, and then the sun sets in this direction. So in the kitchen space, you get the most beautiful sunset light. So it really makes sense now the way they built this house. And of course, this was an old barn. So these were the old barn doors. And you get the most perfect view out of this window onto the driveway and the farmer fields, because this house is very secluded here, which is exactly what we wanted. The kitchen used to come to these lines here on the ground and was very secluded, very closed, very dark. It had a low ceiling, and we really didn't want to modernize this house too much because we wanted to keep the character and traditional look as much as possible. However, we thought that there was something beautiful hiding in this kitchen. So as soon as we opened the ceiling, we found that there was a beautiful beam going across here. So we decided we really want to do an open plan kitchen just to bring the space more. And also when you stood kind of in this angle, the window was very blocked, and we thought it deserves to be the centerpiece of this room. So opening the kitchen just made this room so much more appealing, so much more comfortable and home feeling. But we've already run into some problems because this beam was super rotten. It was full of these worms. What are they called?
We call them woodworm.
A type of woodworm. So we decided to buy and replace the beam, which we did ourselves. And a lot of people told us there's no way you two are going to carry this beam all the way up there and do it yourselves. And here we are, so it clearly can work. Also had a steel pole here, which they covered with very different wood. We decided that the beam is necessary to go here to hold the structure, but we didn't want to keep this steel pole. We wanted to produce a beam that suits the rest of the house. So this is also a beam we did ourselves. That also proved to be a lot of work and a lot of maths and a lot of measuring. So yeah, we've created so much symmetry in this room now. We plan on the kitchen going here so we can have this beautiful open plan kitchen. This is just the temporary kitchen. This isn't the final kitchen. We lived for so long without a kitchen, just eating pasta or something every day, that we just felt like we needed a kitchen now. So this is a temporary kitchen, which kind of also gives us the feel if this is where we will want the kitchen and how we want to design it. We have originally thought to bring the kitchen all the way here to where the pipes are and integrate the beam into the kitchen. Ignore the washing. So this is the extension from the kitchen, and in here will be kind of like a pantry space. So we will have like extra freezer, all the kitchen stuff that you don't want seen. And also I think our kitchen will be quite small, so it's good to have this space for all the clutter. But through here, please be aware. So This is our extension. It's really beautiful. We have these beautiful barn-style doors here again. They're also half open. This I have unfortunately given up to Max for his boy room, man cave, whatever you want to call it. But for now, it's storage from the house because the family that lived in the house before didn't have anyone that wanted all their valuable stuff. I think some things were taken, but they didn't have family for the rest. So we didn't want to just throw it away. It was beautiful, valuable stuff. So we have photos of everything and we're going to try and rehome everything. But for now, we have just stored it in here, which kind of doesn't show you how big this space is, but it's very big, trust me. So back in the hallway now, we realized that this is one of the darkest rooms in the house. So one thing that we have already done is taken out the wall from in between this beam to try and get more light in from the door. This room was a little bit full. We didn't have any idea where to go with it. Also, the stairs were very dark. So one thing we have already done in here is sand all the beams everywhere to see the difference of what they looked like before to what they look now. Even the stairs and all the beams in the main room. It's just crazy how much softer the house looks. And of course, everyone has personal taste, and the dark beams were something of the previous generation, but we would like to just bring the house more raw and natural as possible. So the ceiling and everything in here is super beautiful now, and these 3 rooms down here also have the same beautiful ceiling throughout. So we feel very lucky that our house has turned out the way it has so far. So this is one room that we have already semi-completed. This will be our downstairs office because we work a lot from home. So currently we have just put down a fake floor, like a laminate floor, and we took the wallpaper down and plastered the walls to make them nice and smooth, which we think makes a nice contrast from the roof. And the last thing to do in here is paint. And of course, I'm sure you can see the messy wood behind me. We still need to find the perfect matching wood to create the slant that once was here. The reason we took the wood down was because we had a rodent problem in here, so we had to take all the insulation out and start again, which was fun. That took a while, but now we have clean insulation inside, and so this room is almost finished apart from the floor, painting, and this. So here we have the downstairs bathroom. Originally, we wanted to turn this space into the downstairs bedroom, or even have a door that goes out because this is towards the forest. But we decided that this room has a very boxy shape, so it doesn't really flatter like a bedroom. And all the pipes are already here, so it would just make it really easier to keep this as a bathroom. And it's really beautiful light here too because the sunset's there, so we will always have this as like a very beautiful space. So instead, we also have this very tiny office. And we thought, we don't get very many guests. We believe that this will be enough as like a holding space and a spare bedroom, and we feel terrible about it, but at the same time we know that this is our house and we would like to utilize the rest of the space as well as possible. All these boxes are pretty much everything we bought from our apartment. Half of this is kitchen stuff, clothing, we have some office here. So yeah, we're pretty much living out of boxes for now, which I know is fun. We currently have a very small toilet in here. So this is a very nice box room that we have next to the front door. For now, it's the only working toilet in the house. One day I would like to make this our mud room so that we can store all shoes and clothes here, because you know how messy it can get by the front door. And we can either leave the door here or move it to this side, but yeah, I'm just very excited to make a very cutesy mud room in here. Now to the most exciting part is the upstairs. Please bear in mind, be open-minded about the stair layout. So I think we do this room first since it's on the same level. So I think this room is everybody's dream. It's just beautiful, and we were really shocked when looking at the house at how tall the ceilings are. We currently call this the painting room because there was a huge easel here, and it was very obvious that the people that lived here before loved to paint, so they had everything in here. We originally thought about making this room our closet because I wanted really tall wardrobes to the ceiling. However, recently we changed our mind, so we're not 100% sure yet whether this could be our bedroom or the closet room. And this house backs onto the forest space, so if we open these doors and just listen, can't get it open. You can hear the neighbors doing the chainsaw. But if you ignore the chainsaw, it's just the most beautiful bird songs, and I really love the countryside, or we both really love the countryside, and so this also sold the house to me so much. So now up the extra steps. This is the hallway upstairs, and this is a slight weird design with the steps. This part was very questionable to us when we viewed the house. We weren't sure about the layout in here. So it kind of made us question whether we liked the space or what we could do with it. But actually, after living in the house, we kind of just don't care anymore. And the spiraling staircase looks pretty from here. And we can see our magnolia through here. And one day we will figure out how to utilize this space. First, I would like to take you to the upstairs bathroom. Again, be open-minded and imagine what it will look like. Right now it's quite messy because we've been opening the walls and sanding in here. However, we've recently just got the permission to make a dormer. Is that in German or English? So it's an extension this way, and we can lift the roof, and we want to make a big window here because you can see the field from here. So we can eventually make it quite a big bathroom in here, because this was one thing that scared us about this house, is of course having everything upstairs and then having only the small bathroom here. So we're very excited to make this bathroom bigger, and we already have some pretty cool ideas with having utilizing the space here. And the other thing I love is we have a really beautiful beam right in the middle of this room. So I think also to integrate this into the space would also bring the character back of the house into each room. And we call this room the train room, and we will show you why. But after removing the train, it is one of the most beautiful rooms in the house. It is so symmetrical. It has such a beautiful view and such a beautiful character. And we originally thought that this would be the best bedroom, but now we are not 100% sure if to make this the closet room. It just has such a good energy, this room, and the beams are so beautiful. The whole structure of this room is really nice. These have also been sanded and they look so soft now. It's really just, we had such a vision with this house, and a lot of people told us like, no, don't buy it. It's not a good deal. And now we don't regret it at all. Seeing all these rooms, feeling so much at home here. It's like got the best energy ever. We had originally slept in this room when we first moved in, and in the morning you just look up out the window and see the oak trees, and it's really something special. But that's it for now. We hope you really enjoyed our first tour. For us, this is really just the beginning. We don't have all the answers yet, or even a clear starting point, but that's all part of the journey. We'll be sharing the process as we renovate, learn, and slowly build this house as ours. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you stick around for what comes next.